America, land of the free, home of the brave, birthplace of the whopper. It seems invincible, right? But what if it wasn't? What if the whole shebang went belly up? Tomorrow, buckle up, folks, because we're diving headfirst into that unsettling thought experiment. We're talking full-blown collapse. Not just a bad Tuesday, but the kind of meltdown that makes the fall of Rome look like a picnic. Think economic freefall, political anarchy, social unrest, the whole 9 yards. It sounds like something out of a Hollywood disaster flick, sure, but the truth is, no nation, no matter how seemingly powerful, is immune to collapse. History is littered with empires that thought they were untouchable, right before they weren't. So how could America, with all its might and McDonald's, possibly crumble? Well, the seeds of destruction often lie dormant, hidden within seemingly strong structures. It's like that time I tried making a gingerbread White House. Looked solid, but one wrong move. Crumbs everywhere. One pressure point is political turmoil. Imagine if partisan divides become so deep that the government grinds to a halt, unable to address crises, or economic inequality spirals out of control, leaving millions in desperation while the elite hoard resources. Then there's social unrest, unchecked discrimination, systemic injustice, and the erosion of trust in institutions. These all create a tinderbox waiting for a spark. And let's not forget about external threats like pandemics, climate change, or large-scale cyber attacks. Any of these could be the straw that breaks the camel's back, or in this case, the eagle's. Okay, let's say the unthinkable happens. The US government collapses. What's next? Well, picture this. You wake up, go to check Twitter, but the internet's down. You turn on the news, but it's just static. Suddenly, the stability you took for granted evaporates. Panic sets in quickly. People rush to banks only to find them closed. Supermarkets are overrun. Essential services like electricity and water become unreliable. Local law enforcement struggles to maintain order, stretched thin by the sheer scale of the chaos. Imagine the fear and uncertainty of not knowing where your next meal is coming from or if your family is safe. This is the immediate reality for millions in a post-collapse America. It's not pretty, folks, and it would make surviving a zombie apocalypse look like a walk in the park. Section 4. Global shockwaves, the world reacts. America's collapse wouldn't be some isolated incident. It'd be like dropping a bowling ball into a bathtub. The splash would be global. The world economy, so reliant on the US dollar, would plunge into chaos. Stock markets would crash, trade routes would freeze, and countries would scramble to secure their own interests. Alliances would be tested. Some nations might see an opportunity to exploit the power vacuum, leading to geopolitical instability and potentially even conflict. Others might try to help, offering humanitarian aid and diplomatic support, but their resources would be stretched thin. The collapse of the US wouldn't just be a tragedy for Americans. It would be a tragedy for the entire world. It would be a stark reminder that we're all interconnected and that the fate of one nation, even a superpower, is inextricably linked to the fate of us all. Section 5. Echoes of empires past. Lessons from history. Think this whole collapse thing is far-fetched? Think again. History is full of cautionary tales. Take the Roman Empire, for instance. They were the big dogs of their day, conquering and innovating. But internal strife, economic woes, and overexpansion chipped away at their foundations until, boom, down they went. Or look at the Soviet Union, a global superpower, feared and respected, reduced to rubble in just a few years. Internal contradictions, economic stagnation, and a weakening grip on power led to its demise. These empires, like many others, thought they were invincible. But their downfall reminds us that no nation is too big to fail. It's a sobering thought, and one that America, and indeed every nation, should keep in mind. Section 6. Preventing the unthinkable, learning from collapse. Now, I'm not saying that America is doomed. This whole exercise is a thought experiment, a worst-case scenario. But it's a useful one because it forces us to confront the cracks in our foundation and think about how to fix them. It highlights the need for political compromise, for addressing economic inequality, for healing social divisions. It reminds us that we need to be proactive, not reactive, in tackling challenges like climate change and pandemics. The hypothetical collapse of the US may be a grim topic, but it's a conversation worth having, because by imagining the worst, we can start working towards a better future, one where the phrase American collapse remains firmly in the realm of fiction.